Hi, welcome again to another part of the video, and today we are going to learn about templates. So templates, it's all about displaying that information that we have in a beautiful way using HTML and CSS and JavaScript in the front end, so you can actually retrieve information here, for example, like the posts, and to display here in the front end. So without further delay, let's do this. So to create a template, we come here in the mini blog and we are going to create a new directory, which we are going to name, so templates. So this is our template, which it's empty at the moment. And now what we have to do is to create a nome.html. Okay. And instead of rendering this response, what you're going to render in the future, it's going to be this HTML. It's going to be this HTML that's going to be rendered in the front end. So let's do this with the help of Emmet. Let's do doc type, that one. Okay, so we create a simple HTML with the head and the title. Let's name this. So Django blog is going to be our title for the page. And okay, so now let's start to do some quick styling. So let's name a div, and inside this div let's add an h1 that's going to be Django blog, and we also want to add, there's going to be our navbar, so we going to also add a way to say to add new blog posts. So it's going to be plus new blog post. And yeah, this is literally the basic. So now there is some things that you have to do, because okay, to render this, what you do, so you go, we don't want the HTTP response anymore, but we want the render function. So to get the render function, we just come from Django.shortcuts and we are going to import render. So we can actually, okay, it was already here. So we have just to remove the HTTP response. So to render an HTML page, what you're going to do, you're going to do render, and in the render you pass the request, and you have to put my own thing, your HTML. So it's going to be Django.home.html, and we have to pass another thing. This is going to be the context. So this context is what will allow us to pass this data, our posts, to the other posts, to the templates. And this is going to be a dictionary. So for all the posts, we are going to display all posts. But I will not confuse you with this information for now, because this is the way that we render this on page. But as you're going to see, this is not going to render anything. So if you say here, we say template does not exist. But why? We just have created like the template here. You can see. Okay, Django knows, we know that we have template, but Django does not know. So what you have to do is to tell Django that we have templates in, that we have set up the template and that we have HTML pages on here. So to do this, we come to our settings. So we are in the settings now. So to tell to Django where are the templates, in the settings, if you scroll down, we have like the configuration templates, where we don't have any information where is the directory of the templates. So for this, where is our directory? So it's here in the base directory, and it's here in the folder that we create, that is named templates. So for the base directory, we have here, this is a variable where you get the base directory, and where are the templates are here, and you are to go to the base directory /templates. Okay, so now Django know where are the templates. So now if what we did now, if we refresh the page, we are retrieving our HTML page. So, okay, so now we have a HTML page that is being displayed. The only thing that we had to do in the views, it was to change the render request and to use the render function and to say which home page we want to use, which was that one. So now in the settings, there is only one thing that we have to do. We have to actually add static folder so we can display static files like CSS and JavaScript. We are going to not use, at least for now, JavaScript, but we are going to use HTML. So for this, we have to do the settings in the statics. We have to do two things. First, let's just do the configuration in the settings. So we have here the URL of the static, but what we want to add also is the static files dirs. And again, for this information, you just have to look in the Django documentation, which I will show you later. And for now, let's say static, the same thing. It's going to be here in your base directory, and it's going to be in the folder that you are going to name not static. Okay, so now what you have to do is to create a new directory here. So a new folder is going to be named static, and it's going to be in this folder that we are going to add all our static files. So let's create a new folder for CSS, and for the CSS we want this be our base.css. So this is where we're going to add all our stylings from here. So for this, let's do body, let's do just some styling. So font family, it's going to be Source Sans Pro, and let's name this sans serif. So font, forgot this, font size going to be 18 pixels, and the background color, let's make this Alice blue. Okay, so now we just have to get TCSS, to link TCSS with the HTML, and this is very basic. The only thing that we have to do here is to link this like you do in normal HTML with the CSS file. The only thing that for you to retrieve like static files in Django, you have to use the templates, and this is this way. So you do like here static, and you are going to go, because what's going to go, this is going to say, okay, in the static folder, go to retrieve me the file which is in the CSS folder and retrieve me this CSS. Okay, this is it, but it's not done yet, because for you to use that static, we actually have to add another thing, that it's the load static tag, and it's going to be like this tag that it's going to say that, okay, we can use this template here. And if you do this, we have like an error. So it's not an error, I think you just have to run the server. Yes, it was only this. So as you can see, now our CSS, it's working. Again, if we don't do this and you refresh, you are going to retrieve like nothing else. Other way, you are going to retrieve an error saying that you are using static, but it's not loaded. So you have to do this. So this is how we use static files and templates. Okay, so this can be very confusing because there is a lot of mini steps that you have to do when you do the templates. So let's recap again. So first, the way to render a template, use like the render function, and we do like request and here the name of the HTML. Second, you have to create the templates folder, and when you create the templates folder, you also create the static. This is the templates we are going to put our HTML, and our static we are going to put our CSS and JavaScript. When you do this, you have to tell Django where these files are. So for this, you are going again to the settings. The settings, the first thing that you do is, this is like the base here. So they already give you like a way to get the paths. And first thing you do, you put here the templates path in the templates configuration in the tiers. So that one. Second, you always, in your static files, you always do this. You always have your static underscore URL, and you have to add your static files tiers. So in this way, your Django will also know where the CSS files are. And after you do this, you just make your HTML files like normal. So you create HTML file, and you create also your CSS file in here. And what you have to do is just, after you put in the views, don't forget the static when you load the files from the static, and you are good to go. So this is our template, how we are doing, which it's already did. So we finished the MVT architecture. We create the model, we create the views with the warehouse also, and we also create the template. So in the next video, this video is already getting long. So in the next one, we are going to improve and push the template to a next level, so we can make the template more modular and with the best coder experience to use. So if you enjoyed this video, put a like on this video, also share and subscribe, and see you in the next one.